Major Tom here.
Ranger John here.
Alright, we're going to be doing the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Alright, the story. So you start off, you're a prisoner. It doesn't tell you why you've been arrested.
Well, you were mistaken for being a rebel.
Yeah. And you don't even, like, you're not even on their list, but they're about to execute you anyways.
They're like, who are you? And you're like, you're not on the list. And they're like, well, we're going to chop off your head anyway.
Yeah. So, you're sitting there, about to get your head chopped off, literally, and then a dragon shows up and breaks all hell, and everything goes crazy. Then eventually, you end up killing the dragon, and you find out you're able to absorb its powers.
Yeah, you are a dragonborn.
Yes. So you're like, kind of like a prophecy,
you speak the dragon language.
So you must be the ruler and save the day, as usual, you know. So after those first couple of missions, though, it's basically, it's open world. You can go do whatever you want, you know.
You're gonna do probably more side quests than the story.
Yeah,
missions.
It's very easy to get like sidetracked from the main story and just do this, go help this person, then this random person wants you to do something, and then you go start working for the guilds, which are all back, which is awesome.
At like the guilds, they feel like they could be story missions.
Yeah.
I mean, they're beefy.
A lot of times I actually usually like the guild missions more than the main story missions. They're more fun usually. But your gameplay, you could play the game first person or third person.
The third person's a lot better.
Yeah, definitely I would have to say. The mechanics, it doesn't feel as like stiff and I don't know, it just felt off in the last game.
Like your guy doesn't run backwards the same way he runs forwards.
Yeah. And if you didn't know, these games are RPGs. You level up. The leveling system's kind of changed. Every time you level up, you're first going to have a choice to increase your magic, stamina, or your health. And you also get an additional skill point to use on whatever skill you want to do. But you also have to have that skill leveled up enough to be able to put a point on that skill. So you have to also be using those skills, you know. Like, for instance, like your heavy armor. You have to be constantly using heavy armor to level it up to be able to put more points on the heavy armor.
Yeah, and, well, I'm not sure about the armor, but, like, for your heavy weapons, you know, you can cause bleeding, or you do, like, 60% more damage.
Yeah. So you kind of want to see how you want to develop your character from the beginning of how you're going to play the game. Like for me, I'm usually like more like a warrior kind of class. I don't really care about magic that much. You know, I basically only use like the healing magic when I need to. But so
yeah, and there's 18 skills, so you know, there's not like 50 skills that you have to choose where you want to put your stuff.
But I think you mainly only want to like maybe focus on 3 or 4 of them, maybe a little bit occasionally on the others. But also when you start off the game, we mentioned, you know, you get to create your own character, which is pretty detailed, and you pick kind of your race of character, and they come with like additional like perks with them. Like I chose like the lizard guy, and he doesn't get poisoned really, and could breathe underwater. Which guy did you choose?
I chose the Nord. It starts with a V, I think, but he was like the Nord, so he's like resistant to frost, and he might be a little stronger. So
like from there, you might wanna, you know, if you obviously just picking a character because how he looks, that's one thing, but obviously they all come with, you know, unique attributes.
Yeah, characters this time, they're not as ugly. they were fugly in Oblivion.
Yeah, everything, you know, so like the graphics, I mean, the world looks awesome, you know.
I mean, there's snow falling. I don't know if you've been to like where the ice is frozen over, but that's really detailed. The snow falls on the ice, and like you walk over the ice, and ice cracks. And
yeah, and just little details they put everywhere. You know, the trees, the landscape. You know, they don't really have invisible walls, but they build like mountains around your area. You know,
yeah, I mean, if you can see it, you can go there.
Yeah, you could climb all the ridiculous mountains. But the downfall is, I've noticed a lot of times when you trying to create your own path to get somewhere faster, you end up getting stuck occasionally between a rock or a tree or something, which is a huge pain.
And then you just wasted like 10 minutes.
Yeah. So Are you keeping like constant saves throughout your game as usual, like in these games?
I usually save right before I get into like a big fight.
Yeah. So I like in these games I always suggest saving, because like we said, you never know when, you might get stuck or you might find a little glitch in the game. Because having a world this big, yeah, having
every
a
time
world
you
this
enter
big,
like a new area.
there's gonna be hiccups here and there until a couple patches. I mean, same with the
But
other
I mean,
games.
compared to like Fallout 3,
no, nothing compared to that.
There's nothing.
But it's just because there's so much like scenery and stuff you could climb through and stuff. It's very easily to wedge yourself in something or jump your horse off a cliff on accident.
And your horse will die if you do that.
Alright, achievements in the game. A lot of them are story related. I would say most of them are story related.
Yeah, guilds and you get to like level 10.
Yeah. But to get them all, you're gonna have to put some definite lot of time into the game. Like easily, you could probably get to like 80 to 100 hours in this game in like one game play if you're like gonna do everything.
I mean, yeah, unless you're just going like straight for the story. You're gonna, I mean, at least 60 hours. At least 60 hours.
Yeah, very easily. And like I said, it's easy to get sidetracked. You're going to see a huge variant of, enemies. Obviously, there's dragons, giants.
Spiders.
I hate spiders.
There's like fish that bite you in the water.
And you can see like random animals, during, like some come out during, the daytime, at nighttime. Nighttime, you'll be attacked by wolves all the time. And during the day, you'll see a lot of deer you could go kill for meat and stuff like that.
And there's dragons.
Of course. The best part of the
fighting the dragons is awesome.
It is. It's like,
it's so
I remember when I just fought one earlier, you see the big shadow like fly over you and like all the ground starts shaking. You're like, here we go. Lands right in front of you.
Yeah, and I thought it would get boring because it's dragons and you're gonna fight like tons of dragons and it's gonna get boring, but it's not.
Yeah.
And if there's like people around you, non NPCs, they'll start fighting dragons with you.
Yeah.
I've seen dragons pick up mammoths and drop them, and then like the giants are mad.
Yeah, that's all just like when say some enemies are chasing you near like a town or something, and there's like guards all just like go after them. I just love like little stuff like that they put into the game. Well, like replay value, obviously, like we said, you could get like easily like 80 to 100 hours in this game. The story missions, the side missions, just exploring and finding stuff. Say you want to go like make certain armor or weapons, you got to go in the world to find the certain ingredients you need. I mean, just endless hours you could put in this game.
I mean, there's randomly generated quests, so I mean, technically you could play forever.
Forever, yeah. And I'm for sure they're gonna have a ton of DLC for this game. I mean,
yeah, I'm positive.
Yeah. But I think that will wrap it up. The game is definitely worth your $60 investment.
Yeah, you'll be playing it for a while.
For a long time, yeah. But other than that, we have Zelda coming out, which is also another exciting
probably
game.
Our only Wii review ever.
Yes. The first Wii game and the last Wii game, right?
That's correct.
Alright, this has been Major Tom.
This is Ranger John.